everybody! I'm about to tell you about the immense power of a thank you note. This is the story of how I met Dame Julie Andrews. From the small town of Gig Harbor. Every year in Gig Harbor, though, we have a big film festival called the Gig Harbor Film Festival. In 2011, the film festival decided to honor Blake Edwards for his lifetime achievement in his films. You may have known him from The Pink Panther. Because Blake Edwards had passed away, his former wife Julie Andrews was going to be there to accept his award. I had heard that Julie Andrews was going to be there, and right away my heart just... Julie Andrews has been a role model for me since I was a little girl. I have always admired her story, her music, her passion. When I was really little, my grandpa and I used to watch The Sound of Music over and over and over and over and over again. We had the VHS, and in that time, the VHS was 2 VHSs. You know, you had the intermission after the first VHS and then the second VHS because it was so long. And we pretty much just about wore out that tape. So Julie Andrews' voice has been imprinted on my brain from this early age. She was this beautiful, vivacious, amazing singer. That movie, The Sound of Music, really started my obsession with musicals and musical theater, and then later on with opera. And even to this day, when I hear any song from The Sound of Music, my heart just like triples in size and goes to this immensely happy place. And so I thought, I'm a first-year college student. I really can't afford to attend the film festival myself, but I'm going to write her a thank you note because she made such an impact on my life and really actually influenced my decision to become a singer. My parents knew some of the people who were involved with setting up the film festival, so I wrote this thank you note and I gave it to my parents and asked them to pass it on to them. I was in hopes that Julie Andrews might receive the thank you note so that she might know how much of an impact she had on me, that she was such a positive influence, that I really, really, really appreciated her work, her lifetime body of work. And I told her the story about my grandpa and I rewatching and rewatching and rewatching her movie. My note was delivered to Julie Andrews. And guess what? She appreciated my thank you note so much that she decided to invite me back to her press conference at the film festival. I remember arriving early to the film festival office and anxiously awaiting her arrival. There were a whole bunch of important people in the room and people involved in the film festival, and I was given this amazing opportunity to meet Julie Andrews. I remember when she first walked into the room, she had this immense, indescribable presence. Like, you just knew she was there. It was unlike any presence I'd ever felt before. After she had talked to some of the press and the important people, she came over to me. I reiterated how much she meant to me and that performance in The Sound of Music had meant to me. She asked about my plans and my goals. I told her that actually I was interested in becoming a performer like her. Unfortunately, there wasn't any photography allowed except for the one press photographer, so I did not get a selfie or anything with Julie Andrews. However, he did take a candid shot of me with Julie Andrews laughing and talking with her. Of course, my eyes are closed, but whatever, I'll take it. I have a picture with Julie Andrews and I'm chatting with her. I had also brought with me the double VHS set that my grandpa had rewatched over and over and over and over. I had borrowed it from my grandparents without telling them exactly what I was using it for. So I pulled it out when I was with Julie Andrews and I asked her, would you sign this for my grandpa and I? Well, she did. She signed it to Frank and Anikka. With love, from Julie Andrews. And then she went on her way to go accept Blake Edwards' award. I only had about 3 minutes with her, but that 3 minutes meant the world to me. To be able to talk with someone personally who had so inspired me, it made my year. It counts in some of the top moments of my entire life. And all of that happened because I decided to write a thank you note to someone who had made an impact on me. I was not expecting to ever meet her. I was not expecting to be able to talk with her, to even see her. And yet there I was with her talking face to face in a private conversation. Fortuitously, there was also someone there who was a cast member of The Sound of Music who now lives in Seattle. His name is Dwayne Chase and he plays Kurt. I got to speak with him after I spoke to Julie Andrews, and he was also kind enough to sign our VHS. Afterwards, I went to my grandparents' house and I gave the VHS to my grandpa as a gift. And of course, it meant so much to him because it's literally his favorite movie of all time. Recently, my grandpa's given it back to me, so I now have it back in my possession. It's something I'm going to keep forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Every time I look at it, I'm reminded of the power of that thank you note that I wrote. Hi there, come here. Hello. I was also reminded of the impact artists have on people from all over. People in movies influence you. People on stage influence you. The people you interact with you every day can influence you. And it's so important to make that a positive impact. To use it to inspire people, to use it to motivate people, like Julie Andrews did for me. I'm so thankful to live in a world with Julie Andrews, and I really hope that someday I can be that inspiration for another little girl, someone who comes to see my show or sees my vlog. I want to be that inspiration and that motivator for someone else. So go out there, write those thank you notes, deliver your best performances, put your heart and soul into every single day, give back to the world. I know. Hi there. You just never know what's gonna happen. Well, that's my story on how I met Julie Andrews and what exactly a thank you note means. I hope you like my vlog and subscribe to my channel. Please send me your requests. I'd love to answer all your questions. Thanks for watching.